Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the football betting series here on YouTube, Premier League edition. From our three selections, we managed to win two of them and brought insurance when Fulham took the lead, so we didn't lose anything in the Bournemouth game for a total of £22.20 or 1 unit. So without further ado, let's jump into the selections for this weekend coming up, the 8th and 9th of April. Our first selection sees 9th placed Aston Villa playing 14th placed Nottingham Forest. And Villa pulled off a not entirely unexpected result last time against Chelsea, winning against the West London side by 2-0. This result actually saw Villa leapfrog Chelsea into 9th position in the league table. And the Villains are unbeaten in their last 5 matches, scoring 1.3 goals per game and creating 1.8 key chances per 90, conceding 1.4 goals a game with a decent 9 clean sheets in 28 matches. The away side Forest were held to a draw in their most recent game against Wolverhampton, once again surrendering a league and dropping more points from a winning position as they slide ever closer to the relegation drop. They're now within 1 game of falling into 18th place. Forest have no win in 7 matches, and it's not too hard to see why. 0.8 goals for, 1.3 key chances created per 90. Defensively conceding almost 2 goals per game with 7 clean sheets in 28 matches. When we look at the head-to-head record, this game finished 1-1 earlier in the season in a evenly contested battle. Villa were on top for large portions of the game, but ultimately failed to make their chances count. All in all, Villa are unbeaten in their last 5 league encounters against Nottingham Forest. This does date back to 2016-17 in the Championship. When we look at the home record, Villa are ranked number 9 in the table, with 7 wins, 2 draws and 5 defeats for 23 of a possible 42 points. Whereas Forest possess the worst away record in the division with just 1 win, 3 draws and 9 defeats for only 6 points from a possible 39, losing each of their last 3 away fixtures. Comparing the recent forms and the contrasting home and away records, I'm going to be backing Villa to pick up a win at home in our first bet. Our second selection sees 13th place Wolverhampton Wanderers hosting Chelsea in 11th. And Wolves came back from a 1-goal deficit to draw 1-1 against Nottingham Forest in their most recent game. This was with their only shot on target. Form-wise, Forest have only won 1 of their last 7 games, and it's not too difficult to see why. Scoring 0.8 goals per game from 1.3 key chances per 90, but conceding 1.5 goals per game with 7 clean sheets in 29 matches. The away side, Chelsea, despite taking control of possession for long periods of time in their match, failed to stand up to the strength of Aston Villa's counter-attacks, trailing by 2-0 in that one. This also seemed to be when Chelsea were finally getting their stuff back together. They were unbeaten in their last 4 games before this match. In the league, however, Chelsea score 1 goal per game from 1.9 key chances per 90, defensively conceding 1 goal per game as well, with 9 clean sheets in 28 matches. When we compare these seasonal averages to the last 5 games, we do see an uptick in Chelsea's performances. Over the last 5 games, Chelsea have scored 1.6 goals per game from 2.4 key chances per 90, defensively conceding 1 goal per game with 2 clean sheets in their last 5 matches. When we look at the head-to-head record, Chelsea won the last encounter in comfortable fashion by 3-0. They had over double the shots of Wolverhampton and outcreated them by 4-1. In terms of key chances. I do like Chelsea to pick up a win, however they do have bigger fish to fry with Real Madrid coming up in Europe soon, so we might see some rotation and some rest for some of the more key players here. Chelsea to win, but we're going to go with a half stake. Our third and final selection in today's episode sees 8th place Liverpool playing host to 1st place Arsenal. And Liverpool were dismantled with surgical precision against Manchester City in their 4-1 loss. This does mean that the Reds of Anfield have now lost 3 games on the bounce, averaging 1.8 goals per game from 3.1 key chances per 90, defensively conceding 1.2 goals per game with 10 clean sheets in 28 matches. The away side Arsenal eased past Leeds in convincing style, also winning by 4-1. This does mean that the Gunners have now won 7 straight league matches, and being out of the Europa League, it does mean that all eggs are firmly in the league basket. This is quite a large advantage against their only title contenders Manchester City, who face Bayern Munich in the Champions League. The Gunners averaged 2.4 goals per game from 2.7 key chances per 90, defensively conceding 0.9 goals against and 12 clean sheets in 29 matches. When we look at the head-to-head record, Arsenal managed to buck the trend of games without a win against the Reds of Merseyside with their recent 3-2 win in October. A game in which Arsenal were deserving winners, producing an XG of 3.01 compared to Liverpool's 1.13. Such a hard game to call because Arsenal possess one of the top league records away from home, whereas Liverpool at Anfield is arguably one of the hardest fixtures. These sides also have a lot of potential for scoring goals with a combined 5.1 key chances per 90. Arsenal have seen over 2.5 goals in 6 of their last 7 games, and for Liverpool, this is in 2 of their 3 league matches. Therefore, I'm thinking of taking over 2.5 goals at Anfield in this fixture, and it could be Liverpool that are instrumental in deciding the champion. So there we have it, another 3 selections to hopefully continue our unbeaten streak in April so far. Starting off with Aston Villa to beat Nottingham Forest, odds of 0.67, £20 stake to return 13.40. Elsewhere at the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we have Chelsea to hopefully beat Wolves away from home, odds of 11 over 10, £10 stake to return 10.80. And then the final selection of the weekend on the Sunday, Liverpool-Arsenal over 2.5 goals, odds of about 4 to 5, a £20 stake to return £15 and 80 pence. So across our 3 selections, we're going to be risking £50 sterling to hopefully pick up as much as 40. Will we do so? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to tune into next episode. But if you have made it to this point in the video, please drop a like down below. And don't forget to check out the pinned comment for La Liga and Serie A matches as well. And subscribe to the channel for more content. And as always, have yourself a lovely day.